Hello grade 10s. So as I promised, I'm going to be posting one of the homework questions from Thursday's class. We didn't get much time to go through the percent problems, so I decided that I would do one of your homework problems with you, so you would have a guideline for going through your questions today. So to start off, we're going to do page 47, number 9. Okay, so the question reads, milk and cream contain different percents of butterfat. How much 3% milk needs to be mixed with how much 15% cream to give 20 liters of 6% cream? So as we said in class, I'm going to start with declaring what our variables are going to be. So I'm going to say we're working with milk and we're working with cream. So let's say let M equal the number of liters of milk and we're going to let C equal the number of liters of cream. So as I said in class, this isn't a required step, but we use this step just to help us remember what our variables mean when we're solving our question. Okay? So as in any question where we're trying to find the point of intersection or solve what our variables are, the value of them are, we're going to create two equations. So in the question, it's saying how much 3% milk needs to be mixed with how much 15% cream to give 20 liters of 6% cream. So for our first equation, we're just going to simply state the amount of liters. So for equation 1, we have how many liters of milk. So remember, we let our M stand for the amount of liters of milk. So M plus the amount of liters of cream, which we said was C. So M plus C, and the question tells us we want to get 20 liters of 6% cream. So M plus C equals 20. So this equation is basically just letting us know how many milliliters, not milliliters, we're working with liters, got to be careful of our units that we're using, how many liters of milk plus how many liters of cream is going to give us 20 liters. Okay? So that's our first equation there. And now we have to try and create our second equation. So in the question we see how much 3% milk needs to be mixed with how much 15% cream to give 20 liters of 6% cream. So the question, we're trying to figure out this is the percentage of butterfat that's in each of the milk and the cream. So we're going to multiply our milk amount, so our M, by 0.03, which is representative of 3%. So we have 0.03 M plus we have 15% cream. So that's going to be 0.15 when we convert it into a decimal, C. And this is going to equal, we want 20 liters of 6% cream. So we're going to multiply our 20 liters that we already know, 20 liters times 6%, which is 0.06. Okay. Okay, so now we have our two equations. We have equation 1 here, which says M plus C, so the liters of M, milk, plus the liters of cream, C, equals 20 liters. Okay, that's our first equation. And our second equation here, we have 0.03 times the amount of milk, so 3% of the amount of milk, plus 15% of the amount of cream, or 0.15 when we convert it to a decimal, equals 20 liters of 6% cream. Okay, so those are our two equations we're going to start with. Okay, so moving on, we have our two equations that I'm just going to rewrite here on this new slide. So we have our m plus c equals 20, and we have our 0.03 m plus 0.15 c equals 20 times the percentage of what we're trying to find, which is 0.06. Okay, notice how I've either left out the 0 here in front of the 3, or the 0.03 or the 1.5, but I've put it here. They're equal. The 0 is basically just a placeholder, so you can put 0 decimal something or just decimal, and it means the same thing. Okay, so we have our two equations, but when we're trying to use elimination, we want to find numbers that are easy to subtract. So what I'm going to do for number 2, I'm going to make a new equation for number 2 that doesn't have the decimals. That's a little easier to work with. So how do I get rid of my decimals? I'm just going to multiply this entire equation by 100. Okay, so this entire equation here, number 2, I'm going to multiply by 100. So my new equation 2, what will that read? Right, 3m plus 15c. And what's 20 times